Oh, you're here. Well, hi, my name is María Amparo Izquierdo and I'm a student in the first year of the bilingual degree in primary education at the University of Murcia, and we have been asked to develop a task for our children, and I'm here to explain mine. How is it going to be developed? What is it about? How am I going to evaluate my children? And many more things. And in the end, I'll answer some questions about this subject. But first, let's make it a bit more enjoyable, so I'm going to become the teacher to explain my activity. Okay, so the project I thought about is called Invertabrates, as we are going to explore their characteristics, their different groups, their different types, and some examples. It is a section of the subject Natural Science, and it is planned for students in 6th year of primary school, as they are required to classify, identify, and observe the different characteristics of the aforementioned invertebrates regarding the worm. My activity is going to be developed in cooperative groups, which will be formed by 4 students. So, as the classroom has 24 pupils, there will be 6 groups of 4 children each group. The first group is going to work with the mollusks, the group number 2 with the arthropods, the group number 3 with the echinoderms, the group number 4 is going to work with the sponges, the 5th group is going to work with the jellyfish, and lastly, the group number 6 is going to work with the worms. The activity will take place in the classroom, and they will work there, and also in other areas of the school, such as the computer room. It won't be necessary for the children to work at home, as we are going to take advantage of the weekly hours of our timetable of natural science for approximately 3 weeks, more or less. This activity is based on learning the characteristics of the invertebrate animals and their species through the elaboration of a cooperative schema by the tool called Popplet. Popplet is a cloud-based application that allows you to graphically structure and organize your ideas. It is a tool used in the educational context, and it is really practical in order to understand the main concepts of a specific theme or subject. This tool is really easy to use, and just so you can see, I'm going to explain now how to use it. But first of all, the school administration is going to provide the students with an email account with a password for the signing up of the apps that we are going to use afterwards. Once we have signed in with this account, we just click and create a new Popplet. You write the Popplet's title, and you can choose the background color of the mind map. Then you start creating the bullets, in which you are able to choose the border color, the letter size, and position regarding the bullet. You can draw something if you wanted to. And finally, add images. When you create a new vignette, as they are going to work in teams, there is going to appear the student's name, where it is Amparo. Next to this, the children are going to start creating the rest of the bullets with different types and characteristics and an example of each group. Lastly, they could retouch some details and add some colors to highlight certain things, adjust the lettering, etc. And this is how it would look like. I've done 2 different invertebrate group schemes. The Popplets are automatically saved in your main screen, so you can edit them and access to them whenever you want to. Apart from drawing up the mind map, each group will have to prepare a presentation about the one they have done of the characteristic of the animals they have been assigned to the pupils of another school, so that the communication and the social interaction is promoted by means of the app Zoom, using the classroom facilities, the computer, and the digital screens of the school. The 6th grade team of teachers is in charge of contacting another school so that the video call is done. The students from the other school will make a presentation of the vertebrate animals so that each group learn from each other. Once the presentation and the schema are done, each group of children will have to make a description of the invertebrate animals of their choice, regardless the group to which they belong. Either it could be the same one that they have been assigned to analyze, or another from another classmates group. A deadline will be set to put them in common so that they are not repeated. We will spend a week and a half for preparing the mind map in the classroom, working all together, and the other week and a half is going to be for presenting their projects to the other mates. The descriptions are not going to be displayed, they are going to be uploaded to the activities Padlet so that the children can access to them whenever they want to. Padlet is a digital platform that allows the creation of collaborative murals, offering the possibility of building spaces in where multimedia resources can be presented, whether videos, photos, audios, or documents. It is free to use. All you need to do is to create an account. And now I'll show you how to create the descriptions.
The forum will be already created, and as you can see, there are two columns started. The first step is to click on Add Column, writing the title, and then you can start adding the information. Clicking on the plus button will let you to add the post-its when you are going to write the information. The format should be as it is showed, the title, a picture, and then 3 or 4 boxes with information.
Now, regarding the ethical problems, talking about the app Popplet, well, we can say that with the free version, you cannot create more than one Popplet, and you cannot use it without connection. You can only see the Popplets you have done, as well as in Padlet. In Padlet, without connection, you can only see, you cannot edit. Going through Zoom, here in this app, everything is free, but there is a premium option that allows you to create sessions longer than 40 minutes, and you can include more than 100 people in your room. And as the other apps, you cannot use this app offline. Moving into the added values, we can say that they are tools that improve the children's abilities towards technology, and if they weren't using these tools, they wouldn't acquire these skills. Each tool helps them to improve some aspects such as the creativity, communication between them, and many more. And another added value would be that they don't require any special equipment for using these tools. Just with the basic technological elements is enough. And in addition, all the tools have a user-friendly interface. If my students had to work on this from home, there would be no problem. The meetings will be organized by video chat, and they would agree to make the mind map. The only complication would be maybe making the presentations in the conference with the other schools, but we could create a Zoom session for everyone, and there will be the presentations, and then they can perfectly easily upload the descriptions to Padlet without being present in class, so the distribution of the sessions would be the same. And you might be thinking, how am I going to evaluate this? Well, I have created a rubric with some aspects to bear in mind. That could be the participation in class, the involvement in the task, their ability to talk in public, their ability to work in teams. And apart from these, furthermore, I have made some tests, 6 different tests, each one referring to each animal group, which will be presented interactively in the digital screen of the classroom. The children will do it on the school's computer, and it will help me to see if they have paid attention to the presentation of their classmates and if they have learned something. This aforementioned test is going to be developed by the tool Quizalize.
Quizalize is a classroom quiz game website with multiple or two-choice question sets or single-word responses presented as word scrambles. I'm going to show you some examples of the tests. This first one is about the arthropods. According to the mind map I have showed before, it is a multiple choice quiz in which there is just one correct and where the children will demonstrate their knowledge. And this second one is corresponding to the second schema I've showed above about the mollusks. It follows the same structure. However, here we have some questions with true or false. As you can see, after each question, your score and time is shown, and at the end of the quiz, your final score is shown.
And well, this activity is thought to make children enjoy and learn in a different way so that they get out of the ordinary study method and they do not get tired of it. I have prepared it with great enthusiasm, and I hope they like it and they enjoy it. So well, a teacher's PLE is a really important aspect to take into consideration for the development of my work. I would like to include in my PLE many aspects of my environment which have helped me this course. I want to have the way of teaching I have learned in the subject of educational planning, and the figure you are for the children, how they see you, and how you should teach them to educate them in a positive way from the subject of educational psychology. I have discovered many tools such as Canva and Genially, which are going to be for a great help, and I would like to keep them in my PLE. In addition, the fact of working in teams has made me much more involved in my tasks and has helped me to organize better my time, so I obviously want to keep them in my PLE. I want to keep also the friends I've made and their good vibes, as I reckon that they are going to be for a great help and they are going to be essential in my future in all aspects. Okay, the second question, and the first one is being generated a manager of emerging educational practices. The teacher must have a high level of methodological competence in the digital world so that they use ICT to propose and develop activities. As ICT has created new communication environments that imply changes, teachers must be up to the task. Okay, the second one is that a teacher must be expert in digital educational content. A competent teacher is one who knows the relationship between technology, pedagogy, and knowledge content, TPAC. The aim of a good teacher is to know which tools can be used effectively, adapting them to the content. And the third and last one is that a teacher must be sensitive to the use of technology from the social commitment perspective. A teacher should be sensitive to the social and ethical side of his or her time. The digitally competent teacher needs to be critical and know that technology is used by everyone in a subjective way. So finally, the last question. Well, I reckon that taking into account all the effort I have put in the subject, the interest, and the time invested, I deserve an 8 as a minimum, since I have been one of the people of my group who has worked the hardest, and I think I have been really involved in the weekly tasks. The most important role. Honestly, even though I get really nervous, I have enjoyed being the star, as I think I have practiced my speaking skills in front of my peers, and I have also checked how hard it is and how challenging to do it online. And the most challenging for me, without a doubt, has been being analyst. I don't enjoy classifying others' behaviors. Each one should work the same and should know when he or she is doing the things well or bad. And that's it. This is the end of my final exam. I hope you have enjoyed watching my project's presentation, and I wish you have a great summer. Bye!